Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. So this is episode 1 of our security webinar and demo series called Infoblox Insights. So welcome to this episode. And so this first episode will be focused on securing sooner and anticipating threats with what we call suspicious threat feeds. So it will be, so first I will introduce the topic, and then we will move to the demo itself. So, okay, let's start.
Thanks, Laurent. And good luck. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Thank you. And by the way, this session is recorded. So this episode will be also available on the event. Okay, so what are we talking about? First, in terms of volumes, this is important. As we are in the domain name arena, volumes are huge. So, for example, every single day, there is 200,000 new domain names that are created. And a significant bunch out of these 200,000 are for malicious purpose. There is roughly 1 billion hosts recorded in DNS, and more than 350 million domain names that are recorded next to their top-level domains. Okay, so this is huge. And this number of top-level domains, so the .com, .uk, all the TLDs, basically, this number keeps increasing. So this is more than 1,500 today. And this gives a lot of flexibility for cyber criminals to create or to be creative in terms of domain name creations. Now looking at some example. So this .tk, probably you don't know this island, Tokelau. It's a small island next to the New Zealand. And some time ago, it used to be the second largest country domain, so what we call the CCTLD, just after China. So it was there was not far from 25 million domain names under TLD. Keeping in mind this this country is less than 1,500 residents. So as you can understand, some TLDs are hosting a lot of malicious or suspicious domains. And now looking at the volumes that we generate every day, so with our laptop or in company, this is massive as well. So a standard PC does roughly 3,000 queries per day. So if you imagine, for example, a company like 30,000 employees, this is every day 100 million of DNS queries. So this is massive. So this emphasizes the importance of automating the analysis of malicious domains. Just looking at the example of one of our customers, this is always the 80-20% rule, you know. Almost 80% of the traffic is focused on few domains, 20. But the other 20 is where it becomes complicated, okay? This is, in this example, addressing 76,000 domains. And this is just not realistic to think that humans can be analyzing those domains, okay? Keeping also in mind these 200,000 domains, new domains created every day. This just re-emphasized the need that to automate this monitoring, okay, this telemetry, to have this done in real time in a system that supports scale. Okay, and the good news is DNS supports scale to monitor those queries and try to identify as much as possible everything that can be malicious or suspicious. Now, the detection and blocking in DNS can scale, but it relies on something which is very important. What is the value of what you put in there, especially is the threat intelligence. So we in Infoblox are producing our own threat intelligence. We are, since the beginning of Infoblox, so since more than 20 years, expert on DNS. And that's an important characteristic when you produce DNS threat intelligence, because the threat intelligence you put in DNS has to be very different from the threat intelligence that you produce through an EDR or a web proxy. So it's a very bad idea, for example, to take URLs from a proxy or threat intel and put this in DNS, because you will get a lot of false positives. So producing DNS threat intelligence is really focused, has to be focused on domain names. The way we do it, well, simple. So first, we have this expertise since ever. We on DNS itself. We are also very well equipped with threat intel experts. We have acquired in 2016 a company named IID, which was already by that time recognized as an expert in DNS threat intelligence. And this department of Infoblox is really important in our offering. We are also relying on source of data. So we observe those 200,000 new domains created every day. We also observe anonymously queries that we receive in our SaaS secured resolvers. The solution we provide, just for you to know, is hybrid. Okay, so it can be, some of our customers are using our full SaaS secure DNS solution. Some others are using our on-premise secure DNS solution, and others are using it in a hybrid mode. But for all our customers who are using our SaaS solution, they are sending us their queries for us to monitor and detect malicious activity, and we anonymously can detect a huge amount of very useful information like emerging threats. So every day we receive more than 70 billion of DNS queries, and that's very rich source of data. So why I'm telling you this? So out of this, we produce threat intel, and we've been doing this for a while, but there's something new since 1 year. We are not only producing DNS threat intel for what is known as malicious, what we know or detect as malicious, like malwares, command and control ransomwares. We have created a new category of suspicious feeds. Suspicious feeds is basically a category of domains for which malicious activity is not yet confirmed. No one in the ecosystem has detected or confirmed that there is activity ongoing there. But we know that those domains have patterns. So it can be common name servers, IP, or different characteristics. Those patterns, when we correlate them, give us sufficient confidence to tell our customers those are really suspicious domains, you should block them because they will be activated for malicious activity at some point. So today, we launched this roughly 1 year ago. So with the number of suspicious domains kept increasing over time, and we are roughly now at 12 million. And we are very happy with let's say, feedback from our customers who are using those suspicious domains in block mode. The false positive is extremely low. So we are not only here preventing and anticipating threats for malwares that are not yet well known in the ecosystem, but we are doing this block with no regret. So that's what we call no regret blocking, suspicious because they are suspicious enough to be blocked. Okay, so of course some customers may decide to do detection only, but our confidence is enough to block them. So as I said, we rely on different characteristics. Okay, we are looking at the name servers. Do we know that this name server is used for proven malicious activity, some other domains that are proven malicious? We are looking the WHOIS, the way the registrants hide their identity in the way they register in the WHOIS. We are looking at also at the behavior. So it's not only looking at the construction of the domains, we are checking the queries that are going through those domains. We are checking the records in these domains. So all these analysis plus as I explained earlier, the fact that we receive so many billions of DNS queries every day is a really good source of data to produce this. So I give you one example and then we move to the demo. So every domain name has a life cycle, okay, including malicious ones. So this one is an example, pbxphonenetwork.com. That's one of the domain used by this campaign, the campaign that was compromising this 3CX desktop app. And you can see this domain name was created on 26th of December 2022. And on end of March 23, there was some security advisories explaining that this campaign was discovered, basically. And this is the list of domains, including this one. And we can see that 84 days occurred between the domain name creation and the discovery being uncovered to the ecosystem. And like many malwares, this one was activated before the 30th of March, of course. So when you read, in the media, a new malware has been uncovered, it always comes with a comment that, okay, we know this malware has been active at least since the last 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. Okay, there is this gray zone, this what we call window of impact, and you know that during this, the malware activation will happen before, of course, its actual discovery. And this is basically what we are covering with what we call suspicious feeds. So suspicious feeds is not something we characterize at the creation, but right after. So what did we do, for example, for this domain? We observed we observed some first queries on the 26th, so the same day as the registration. The next day, 27th, we had classified it as suspicious. So we have those algorithms running all the time and automated, of course, to analyze all those new domains, all those domains that we observed as emerging, to qualify if they are suspicious or not. And that is what helped us to protect our customers for this long period of time, okay? So we are clearly going beyond the quarantine protection that many editors, including ourselves, provide. When a new domain is registered or observed, it's a good practice to have a quarantine of a few days, because legitimate domains are rarely used during those few days, right? It's mainly malicious domains that are used. But this after this quarantine, you are not protected. So this is where suspicious really covers the gap between the quarantine phase and the date where the malware will be uncovered and shared with the ecosystem. Because from that date, okay, the whole ecosystem will protect you. But this is what we are talking about today, okay? So now let's look at some concrete examples. So I will switch to the demo. We start with, so the example I was giving you, so 3CX, and we will move to some other examples. So 3CX, as you can see, that's the security alert published on March 30th. So this desktop app was compromised. Mandiant was appointed to investigate, and so a few days later, so a few weeks later, Mandiant confirmed this was a compromise, in fact, a supply chain compromise, which itself was compromised by another supply chain. So this is the first time Mandiant detected a combination of two supply chains in a row. Okay, quite malicious one, and this was associated with APT49, Korean actor. Now, if we scroll down, this is where they publish the IOCs, and now we can see Curve Finance was, let's say, one of the IOCs that were associated with the attack. So now let's look in our solution what we can tell from Curve Finance, okay? So before I show you this, let me quickly show you the solution, the interface, and we go right after at the IOC. So this is let's say the interface for our SaaS solution. But as I said, the suspicious feeds can also be implemented on-prem. So here, first, we have some policies, okay? So you can define one single policy or different policies for your enterprise, depending if the way you want to have a granularity or not. So if I look at this example, so what I want to show here is that for every policy that you create, you define some rules, okay? And especially for each feed, including suspicious, you will decide what to do. So do you want to block with redirect, no redirect, block, no lock, allow? So you want to just be in detection mode. So that will be an allow with log, okay? And you decide to what you apply this. So you can define network scope. So what do you want to apply it to? A group of end users, to a scope of internal IPs, so that you can apply policies based on your IPAM if you wish, and some metadata. So there are different ways to apply this. But this is not the purpose of our demo today, so I will move to the suspicious. Just a quick one here. Again, this is our indicators. And if you scroll down here, so this is what I was referring to. Okay, this is the suspicious part of our feed is here. So of course, this number changes every day. It's very important to know that the data we put here is timely. So for example, you saw in the previous screenshot, it was 12 million. This is now a little bit less because we keep requalifying all the time, all the indicators, because it has to be actual, okay? This is very important for threat intel. So now let's move to the analysis of this indicator that I was showing before. So just let me remind you, we were looking at curvefinance.com. So now I go to dossier, which is our threat, we can call it a threat hunting tool. Everything I'm showing here can be accessed through API. So let's start with the interface, but later on I will do the same with Postman. So, okay, so we are on this indicator. You see it's a confirmed threat. You have a threat score, risk score. So it's not only indicators in our threat intel, we also provide scoring for SOC to be able to sort the alerts, to know the priority of remediation, basically. This is also a tool where you can pivot, okay? You can see that from this domain, we can see related domains, you can see related IPs. I could click here for this IP to see all the related domains. So this is a good way to pivot while being hidden, because the actions you are doing here are behind info blocks. So the attackant is not seeing that your screening is infrastructure. You have also some good stuff like some context about MITRE ATT&CK TTPs. So for example, this indicator is associated with command and control. So these techniques, this one for exfiltration. You have the WHOIS details. So we can see the registering country was Korea, North Korea, or more detail, raw data. And now we have timeline. And this is where we wanted to start with, right? So when was it classified as suspicious? Let's see here. Okay, so I don't know if you see here, discovered on. So 19th of December. So we are talking, so if I just to remind you that the the security alert was on 30th of March. So we are talking about 94 days earlier detection and protection for our customers. Okay, we could look at the other one. So let me go back here. Oops, for example, this one. And if we look at the timeline, we can see again, it was detected. So it was created on the 26th, detected on the 27th of December for security alert in March 23. So again, 86 days. Okay, let's look at some other example. Okay, this is one campaign, but we have plenty of campaigns that we could use as examples. Those are just a few. So this is another security alert that was published by Crepson Security on September 23. They refer to a ransomware group, Snatch, delivering malwares through Google ads. Okay, so you have some ads in the Google search, and you are entitled to download some popular applications, but they are infected by malwares. Now let's look again at some domains that they were using. So for example, so these are lookalike domains, okay? And by the way, lookalike domains, which look similar to legitimate domain, that will be the topic of episode 2. So I will give you at the end of the session a QR code if you want to register to episode 2 of this demo series. So let's look at this one here, Citrix.top. We can have a quick look in dossier, but I want to show you also with the automation. So I just show you quickly here. Again, confirm threat. Oh, by the way, I didn't show you everything. I think I missed something important. This one, or same as here. For any indicator you put here, you can see which device in your environment tried to reach this domain. And you have here in a graphical way a timeline, but you can get it here as well. So this device on 18th of October tried to reach this domain, or that device on 16th. Okay. Anyway, timeline. So again, this one was detected as suspicious on 21st of December, right after it was created, okay? It was observed first on 20th. So compared to these dates, September 27th, we are 9 months before. Okay, we could look at another one, but well, let's maybe move on to Postman. Looking at the same thing. So I've just already, just for the sake of the demo, okay, prepared. I've just put the name here. Doing the query. Now, if I do a search on the suspicious, so we see the same thing, same information. That was just a proof point of what I was telling you before. All our threat intel or threat hunting information is also accessible in machine readable format. So for your SOC, for your SIEM, you can reach it directly through API. So you will get here for the suspicious domain, a detection date on the 21st of December. You see that for every indicator, we have a threat score, confidence score, risk score. We also put some context, and this is always very important for a SOC team, including in API, okay? So why was it classified as suspicious? And if you look up, because after that, it was classified as malicious, and you get even more data when this is the case. For example, this is here the MITRE-ATT&CK TTPs that are being used by this malware. So this is, of course, encoded. You see acronyms. So, but this is basically the same thing as I was showing before. It's machine readable format. So, but it's you can easily tell that like C2, for example, refers to command and control, EXF for exfiltration, just as example. And you can easily get for your SOC the TTP in use. Okay, let's move to another campaign, another example. Okay, so let's move to, oops, this one. So Mac users that were targeted by Atos. So it's called atomic stealer. So data stealer, so stealing data on MacBook laptops. And again, if you look at some domain names that were published, we can see, for example, this appdownloads.org that was used as the domain name for downloading the Amos installer. Let's do quickly. Let's launch the API call to get the more details about, sorry, when was it detected. We can see let me check here. It was detected in August, yeah, 11th of August 23. Now, what I forgot to tell you, sorry, I'm moving back to this alert, is this was released in September. So here you can see the timeline is a bit shorter. Okay, we detected on 11th of August, 29 days before this security alert, and but this depends on the life cycle, right? So some domain names will simply be activated faster. Okay, but what is important is not necessarily the how many days, but the fact that we were able to detect and protect against those suspicious domains before it was actually uncovered by the Defender ecosystem. We could move to another example, and probably we stop here. Asylum, that was used for espionage. And again, some domains down there. Oops, sorry, I'm moving a bit fast. So where are the IOCs? Oof. Give me a second. I'm looking for the domain name. Yeah, here we are. So snownet.com. Okay. So snownet.com for a security alert on 8th of June. Was discovered in, sorry, it's a bit small, November 22. Okay. And so again, for this one, we were six months and 30 days before. So let me stop there for the demo and the examples. So these were just a few campaigns, but we are plenty of them. So I hope you are you see the value here of earlier detection and protection through DNS threat intelligence and the Infoblox suspicious feeds. Let me show you or invite you to join for our next episode, episode 2, that will be focused on lookalike domains. And thank you again for joining this webinar today. See you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, Laurent, for hosting this webinar, and thanks for everyone for joining. See you next time. Thank you.